Bears fans, I am distressed and I'm going to tell you why. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. You should be furious in a bunch of different ways over what's going on with the Chicago Bears right now. First of all, this is the comparison right now. And remember, there's a lot of people right now putting a lot of faith in Jaden Daniels as the next big thing. He's the better quarterback in this draft. J.J. McCarthy, he's the better quarterback in this draft. Bo Nix, he's the better quarterback in this draft. My friend. Let's go back here and let's start to look at the statistics and let's see what we're getting out of Caleb Williams versus what we're getting out of Jaden Daniels. And then we'll talk about the Chicago Bears. First of all, the percentages, 61.5% completion. By the way, we're looking for 70% completion. Ben Johnson is asking of Caleb Williams. We're at 61.5. Is that good? No, but it's better than Jaden Daniels. Also, the yardage, that's pretty close. It's about 8 yards off per game, whatever the number is. They're very close. But also, Caleb averaging more yards per attempt, touchdown to interception ratio. Jaden Daniels has the edge on it, but just by a little bit. Caleb Williams sacked less than Jaden Daniels. This is what happens when you have a bad line. Also, the number of rushing attempts, not nearly as many rushing attempts for Caleb Williams, but a lot more in terms of yards per carry with a touchdown to go with that. And fantasy points, he's winning the fantasy points per game. He's winning the fantasy points per game. Fantasy points per 100 snaps. He's winning there. So the question you got to ask yourself is, when you're looking at the problems with Caleb Williams, are you seeing the real problems? Or are you just mad because Caleb Williams to this point has not been that generational game changer guy? I'm going to argue that Caleb's got some issues, that Caleb gets a little nervous in the second half, that Caleb Williams is not ready to carry a team, but he's a rookie. No rookie is ready to carry a team. If we go back in time, I think Peyton Manning, considered one of the greatest quarterbacks, if not one of the greatest quarterbacks, at least one of the best actors that has ever come out of the NFL. Peyton Manning had 31 interceptions in his first season. What? It's a crazy number. Caleb Williams, not even close. And look where Peyton Manning finished. 2 Super Bowls, 2 different teams. I mean, a legend. Okay, an absolute legend. I think Caleb Williams is learning how to play this game. I'm not going to belabor this too much, except to say I think Caleb Williams is a problem, but he's not a huge problem for the Chicago Bears. His relationship right now with Rome Odunze, looking really, really good. His relationship with everybody else, not as good. Now, a lot of people are talking about DeAndre Swift. I like what I see from DeAndre Swift right now. Is he the tough as nails, sort of hard-nosed guy that we expect to see in Chicago? Absolutely not. He's a scat back. But here's the thing. Go watch the tape. I challenge you. Okay, go watch the tape and be honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest with me. And leave a comment down below if you disagree with me. But here's the thing. DeAndre Swift is hitting holes hard. He is trying to be that guy until Ben Johnson can find that guy. That is the epitome, by the way, of a team player. We should cherish DeAndre Swift for the moment. Does that mean that he's going to be our guy? Probably not. But we should at least acknowledge this guy is putting in the work right now. But he's behind a line that hasn't done a great job. So let's move on. I have concerns about this. Ben Johnson says that his team's practice habits aren't championship caliber. Well, then fire the head coach. Because isn't the coach the guy that dictates the pace of what happens? Do you see where I'm going with this? Ben Johnson is right in that the Chicago Bears are slacking. And here is the problem, okay? Just because you bring in a new head coach doesn't mean that you've changed the work ethic of the teammates who've slacked all this time, okay? The people who didn't put in the hard work. By the way, a lot was made over the last game against the Detroit Lions about how well Amon-Ra St. Brown, about how well David Montgomery, that was a loss, how well that they are blocking for pass protection and for run plays, how they are dedicated to proving that they can play at a top level. They're not taking plays off. And then we have video of DJ Moore. I don't think I need to say more. Not M-O-O-R, M-O-R-E. I don't think that DJ Moore is a great, by the way, I've seen him block. I know that he can, but I don't think that he takes it to heart. And I don't think this coaching staff so far has forced these guys to really start to he hasn't gotten into their souls yet. He hasn't gotten into their hearts yet. He hasn't tested their toughness. Now, Here's what Ben Johnson did say. He said, by December, we're going to be a good team. We're going to be the team that you want to see. But it's going to take some time to put together. Now, in the next couple days, this is the moment where you're going to want to put it together. But anyway, practice habits aren't championship caliber. That's on coaches. Coaches have to coach them at a championship caliber for them to react. And if they don't react, you have to dump them. You have to get rid of them. And you have to remember that this culture was created by somebody else. But one of the people who created this culture, Ryan Poles, is still here. So you still have a lot of guys. You have Montez Sweat. And listen, I like Montez Sweat. I don't dislike Montez Sweat, but at $25 million, do something. Do something. Gervon Dexter is a better defensive lineman at this point, and he's only in his third year, and he didn't even play much in his first year. But he's a better defensive lineman at this point. I mean, I hear Grady Jarrett's name getting called more. Adeyingbo, I hear his name getting called more. What is Montez Sweat doing for this team? At $25 million, he's a drain on payroll. I would like to see more, but we're not seeing it at this point. So you want people to play at championship caliber, coach them at championship caliber. If you like that type of comment, and if you think that the Bears need to do that, please hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Now, here's the good news. If we want to get it back on track, this is the team and this is the week. Do you know why? Matt Eberflus is coming to town. Matt E is coming to town. So what we would love to see is that the Chicago Bears, which, by the way, now boast the number 32 ranked defense in all of football. Chicago Bears, the team that relies on defense, is number 32. You want to know why we're 0-2? That's why. It's not Caleb Williams. It's the Bears' lack of stopping anybody. And to be fair, in the first game, the Bears scored 24 points. A good defense, they would have won. In the second game, the Bears scored 21 points. With a good defense, they would have won. Okay, so we have to recognize that, yes, the offense is still a work in progress. But what is going on with this defense? How are we not catching him? And by the way, some of you are going to say, well, what about TJ Edwards? He was out, and then he's still got that injury, and he was, he didn't play the whole game after missing the first game. Okay, fair enough. Jalen Johnson is now out with a groin injury, probably going to miss the entire season. The reason that matters is because the problem on this defense is and has been Tyrique Stevenson, or at least one of the big problems has been Tyrique Stevenson, in that he is just not that good. And that the rest of the team has been able to mask some of the problems with Tyrique Stevenson in coverage and in zone drops. But it's not enough, especially when you have Nahshon Wright on the other side. And it is my belief that Nahshon Wright was brought in to replace Tyrique Stevenson because he doesn't have it. Jaquan Brisker, I like him, but he's been kind of absent. We really haven't seen him step up big time. We haven't seen very much. We haven't seen very much at all from this secondary. And remember, this secondary was supposed to be the strength. So now that begs the question, what are we going to do? Well, we get Kyler Gordon back. At least the nickel package looks a little bit better. Kevin Byard has looked at moments frustrated with what's going on. But guess what? As soon as I saw him get frustrated on Sunday against Detroit, who was the next player on the Bears to make a boneheaded mistake? You got it. It was Kevin Byard. So there's a lack of engagement here on this defense, and we've got to fix it. It will potentially get fixed against the Dallas Cowboys, who tend to self-destruct. So there's a possibility that the Chicago Bears might clean some things up, might turn a corner. And by the way, I'm not worried about the Chicago Bears being a number 32 ranked defense at this point. Because here's the thing. Detroit gave up 49 points in a game last year. Detroit also gave up 48 points in a game last year, but they made the playoffs, okay? Because they scored a lot of points. Now, as Caleb gets better, as the offense starts to improve, I don't know why Colson Loveland was not in. I don't know what was going on with Luther Burden. I don't know what was going on and why they were healthy scratch. I don't know what's going on there. Here's what I do know. DJ Moore probably takes too many plays off. He's probably checked out, and he's probably a head case at this point and just wants to get out of Chicago. Adios. If he wants to be here, then he's got to put in the work. Roma Dunze looks like he's putting in the work. Now, I'm not saying that he's a great pass protector or he's a great run blocker or anything like that for other people. There's things that he could be doing better. But at the end of the day, the hard-nosed, the tough guy here is supposed to be DJ Moore. But I don't think he's playing like a tough guy. Cole Kmet making some boneheaded decisions on that little drag that he was supposed to do across the middle, and he ended up you guys know what I'm talking about. There are things that are out of place right now that will get made right. I do believe in this offense. I do think that it's going to get right. And I also believe in Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator. I think he's going to start to dial up some blitzes. I think he's going to start trying to mask some of the weaknesses. I think he needs to learn this defense a little better. But Dallas Cowboys, I think this is the opportunity. Now, I don't think the Bears are going to win against the Dallas Cowboys. I would love to see it, but there's still too many little pieces. Now, here's my caveat to that. If the Bears come out fired up and motivated, if we haven't lost key players, if we haven't lost DJ Moore mentally at this point, maybe it changes. If we haven't lost Joe Thuney, if we haven't lost Drew Dahlman, if we haven't lost Darnell Wright at this point, I mean, he's made a lot of mistakes early on. Things got to clean up. If they clean up, this could be a much better team. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Bear down, guys. I'm going to be back. Again, I told you guys before, if you listened to me and you heard the first or the video, look, I'm a crypto bro. I made a bunch of money in crypto, which is why I stopped producing this content for a little while because I needed some time off. Also, lost 100 pounds. So I need to work on me. So I'm back. I'm healthier than I was before. I'm not a giant ball of fat melting away or, like they're not going to put snow on me and put a corncob pipe and a button nose on me. So I'm going to be fine. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. And hopefully we are looking at a turnaround, and it's going to start with the Dallas Cowboys and Matt Eberflus on Sunday. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.